Now I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Professor P. Rajshekhar Garu, to deliver the next.
And to Sudhakar Reddy Garu from Times of India, Hyderabad. Benjamin G.anitha, Director, Creative Head, Benjamin Film Production, Hyderabad. And Saravi Krishna Garu, freelancer and former HOD, National Skill Development Corporation, New Delhi and Hyderabad. And J. Rajendra Kumar from KL University. To the Principal, College of Arts, and also to the Executive Council Member, Professor Swaruparani, and to Venkateswara Garu, popularly known as Kanna Master, the Executive Council Member of this university, and to Dr. Madhu Babu, and to other distinguished faculty of the department, scholars, and teachers from other departments, and scholars, and the students of social sciences and humanities, and also the faculty from School of Performing and Fine Arts. I welcome you all for this inaugural session on digital media, unfolding of new potential. I'm extremely happy that the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication is doing well. And Dr. Anitha, the director for this 2 days national workshop, who has been effectively carrying the mantle of taking forward the new departments, especially the departments that are started from this academic year. The Department of Music and the Department of Dance, the Department of Master of Performing Arts, and MBA and Media Management. Okay. So I really thank her for effectively running these departments as the Dean of School of Performing and Fine Arts. Undoubtedly, the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication is one of the good departments, one of the finest departments. Yeah. But the department has to concentrate more on research. So, I have to encourage research scholars. And the scholars also should join the department to complete the research degrees. Instead of settling, the students of this department usually settle as the local reporters. Most of the students, after getting their PG, postgraduate degree from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, confining to small careers and small positions. And then I think I'm not happy with the career options that the students from this Department of Journalism and Mass Communication are choosing. Okay. It's not the fault of the department. It's not the fault of the teachers also, but it is the fault of the circumstances and also the compelling social and cultural situation, and also the mindset of the students who are post-graduating from the university department. Okay. journalism, in one way or the other way, is a related discipline, much related discipline to the Department of English and also to subject of English literature. So during my stay in the University of Kerala for 6 years, I could find many students from the Department of English settling in popular news, popular channels and popular newspapers. I think one of the present popular analyst, a critic is S. Anand. I think even yesterday we have an article by S. Anand in Hindu about the political future of BJP in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Okay. So he looks after the southern states. He sees the editorial responsibility for the southern states, and he is one of my students in the University of Kerala. Yes, Anand, I think. But I'm happy there are few students from the department, particularly Sambasivarao, who is right now working in Hindu. He is also doing well, and very recently he has written a full page information about the tribals, about the tribes in Karamchedu area, about their lives, and I read the whole thing and I immediately congratulated him for giving the best of the best articles in recent times. I think every Saturday you have a full page on one of the real issues or very important social issues, full page information.
Ground zero.
Yeah?
Ground
Yeah,
zero.
that's ground zero. Ground zero reporting. So that Sam Zero is from the Department of Journalism. Okay, I'm happy that he rose to that level of occupying a full page space for reporting the ground realities in the society. So such kind of students are there from this department, but I still want a troop of journalists graduating from this department, occupying the good positions as writers, as reporters, and as good critics, and as good social analysts, critical and social analysts. Okay. So I think Madam has said that it is 20 years. 20 years the department was started in the year 2000. Yeah, 2003. Madam was in the university in 2006. Of course, she has been taking this department forward single-handedly, and after 2006, the university didn't have any recruitment, a good recruitment that can fill the space which still prevails in all the important departments. So it's due to the lack of the appreciable number of teachers in the department. I know the department is also suffering, but yet Madam is striving hard in taking this department forward, and I congratulate the present faculty of the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. So my perception is towards perfection in anything, be it professionalism or be it performance, be it an event, be it an academic gathering. I always look for perfection, and I always appreciate and encourage perfection. And I dislike hypocrisy, and then pretensions, and then substandard aspects in academics or in professions. Yeah. So of course I don't exhibit those things openly because my responsibility is to encourage as many teachers as possible, as many students as possible, and to encourage everybody, But at times I will be, criticizing myself for being so liberal and for being so, what you call, relaxing, or giving the feeling of relaxation to the teachers and to the scholars. Okay. So I want every department to do well in academics. I want more number of PhDs from every department. I want the scholars, the presence of the scholars, the presence of the young scholars in all the departments. I want them to concentrate on higher educational qualifications rather than confining to normal low-level qualifications and satisfying themselves with low settlements in life, and then confining only to this area. This is one of the things that is plaguing this university. Okay, the brilliant scholars, and then scholars with quality of diligence, and the scholars with the temperament of hard work. They wanted to bury themselves within this area. Okay. As we are talking about the digital age and digital revolution, and then the information which is available through digital technology makes you stronger and stronger as never before, or as we haven't seen in any part of the history of the world, or in any situation of the history of the world. As information is considered to be knowledge, and as this age is considered to be the age of information, the age of digitalization is nothing but the age of information. The more you extract as much information as possible, the more powerful you become. Who is the most powerful person right now? Who are the most powerful people right now? People with lots of information. Because information is considered to be knowledge. Of course, knowledge empowers you, knowledge empowers everybody, but then this knowledge is transformed into information, and then this information is proffered through digital media. Digitalization of human existence, digitalization of human reality, digitalization of sensory perceptions or sensual perceptions. Even your sensual perceptions are digitalized. To what extent you are happy, to what extent you are angry, to what extent you express your ecstasy, your joy, or your feeling of love, or feeling of hatredness. All these are digitalized. The minutest experiences of the people are digitalized. Okay. So when we examine, I think Madam has brought in a reference to Marshall McLuhan, okay, who is a professor of English. That's why I said whatever theory, whatever aspect of whatever is the aspect related to the discipline of journalism and mass communication is also found to be reflecting. It finds its resonance and reflection in the subject of English literature, or in the subject of literature written in English. The subject of literature written in English. So I want the people, or I want the scholars and the students to take note of the contributions of Marshall McLuhan. So I'm bringing to your notice some of the important concepts of Marshall McLuhan that almost decided the subjective transformation as far as this discipline is concerned. So we are talking about a digital revolution, and we are talking about the global village. We are talking about the electronic independence. We are talking about the freedom of the human beings to use the digitalization in deciding their destiny, in deciding the destiny. I think so Edgar has given us the information that everything is available in the digital form, be it war or be it the war of love or the war of hatredness. I think even in the 80s itself, it is felt that the Gulf War is not fought on the streets. It is fought in the domestic sphere. I think the 80s were the times when the TV was trying to intrude into the domestic sphere, and people were trying to engage their lives with the images in TV, So you don't find the conflict between Israel and Palestinians in their place, but you find the conflict or the deadly war or the heinous crimes that are being committed on Palestinians by the Israelites, or the Palestinians trying to commit atrocities on Israelites in the name of the Palestinian Liberation Front. I think, of course, that's a gone history, that's a worn out history. You find only in the media. Okay. You don't feel the necessity of traveling to that place physically. Of course, it is the reporting which is done with the help of the digital media. The reporters have to go there and they have to, catch everything, catch the present situation and then telecast it, The human transportation is also essential in trying to, project what exactly is going on across the world. So you do not find that the war is somewhere. You do not find that the sorrow is somewhere. You do not find that the threatenings which are trying to question the existence of humanity are away from you. You feel as if you are being hit, as if you are, compelled to experience or compelled to live in those conditions. It's all because of the digitalizations and then the digital reality. Okay. So one of the best known works written by Marshall McLuhan in the year 1964 is Understanding Media, the Extensions of Man, in the year 1964. Okay. So in this, there is a popular aphorism that the medium is the message. The medium is the message. Okay. We're not worried about the content of the news, but we are worried about the agency that carries the news. I think the present situation that prevails in Andhra Pradesh, every media agency is characterized. Okay. But people are not worried about the content because you know what content will be delivered by a particular media. The characterization of the media is done. Okay. So the media becomes the message, and to some extent it becomes the massage. Okay. It's not the message, but it's the massage to your mind and it's massage to your brain. So obviously there is nothing like message that the media brings in. Okay. You find the competition of the media agencies vying with one another, contradicting with one another, trying to influence the minds of the people and trying to invade the minds of the people, are trying to colonize the minds of the people, and trying their best to win the consent of the public, to win the consent of the public. So if you happen to read a particular newspaper continuously, even if you disagree with the content of the paper, you can't withhold that stamina of disagreeing with the content of the paper for a longer time. Okay. So after 1 month, or after 2 months, after 3 months, or after 4 months, if you continuously happen to read one newspaper, the consent automatically gets generated in your brain. Automatically it wins you. Okay, there is some problem with the existence of the people. There is some problem with the present situation. Okay. So this is what is known as a generated consent with concocted information, a fabricated information, a concocted information, and the information is far beyond the reality. What exactly is the reality is not known to the public, but it is the media that takes the responsibility of infusing as much reality as possible into the minds of the public, and then produces the consent on its own. Okay. I think this is what is known as the created or produced consent by the media. Okay. And in this understanding medium, McLuhan also, makes us to understand there is a cool medium and also the hot medium. Cool medium requires increase in involvement and decrease in description. If the medium is cool, it requires the involvement of the people, and then it gives the description to the lesser extent, And if it is a hot medium, which is the opposite of the cold medium, it decreases the involvement and increases the description. Okay. The description is done beyond the imagination, beyond the understanding capacity of the people, okay, and makes the people to feel that whatever we are finding in the media is an extension of the selves of the people. Okay. So what is media now? Media is an extension of our personality. Okay. How do you find your extended personality? You find your extended personality in all these digital media devices. You call it as a chat GPT, or you call it as a WhatsApp message. Okay. And where do you find the relations of the people so entrenched, so substantiated? You only find the relations of the people consolidated are being realized through WhatsApp messages. Of course, artificial intelligence and all these things, the keynote speaker gave us an example of rechecking with ChatGPT. But this ChatGPT, it only tells you, it only gives you the information, but Wikipedia is a better, I think, a better friend than ChatGPT. Okay. If you are, what do you call, a normal person of holding a pen and holding a notebook and then still believe in writing of what you hear and what you see, I think Wikipedia is even today unbeatable for accuracy. Okay, you go to Google and you type anything, you will get the complete information. But go to ChatGPT and type something. I think it is a concocted information of, putting together, constructing whatever that you require. I think ChatGPT is for the students, I think. Okay. For the students to get away from the responsibility of, preparing their term papers, or for quick learning, for surface level quick learning. But I do believe that teachers and academicians should depend on Wikipedia rather than ChatGPT. Of course, most of the creative celebrities, they are favoring the ChatGPT. Okay. So these few things that I thought that I should bring to your consideration about some of the aspects that can be discussed. Okay. So yeah. So my favorite writer is Marshall McLuhan, because he, as I said, he is a professor of English, who has written many works related to literature also, and gave his own understanding of some of the best works in literature. One is, James Joyce, Finnegan's Wake, and James Joyce Ulysses. These are the books that are often referred by Marshall McLuhan. I cannot outrightly say that journalism and mass communication is exclusively non-literary, and then literature is exclusively literature, and it doesn't share anything with journalism and mass communication. Okay. In fact, the best journalists are the best poets. The best poets are the best analysts and critics. The best novelist is the best journalist. Okay. I think you have different forms of journalism. Okay. One of the most favored forms of journalism is realistic journalism, without depending much on the imagination. But of course, literature is criticized that it exhausts the human imagination and it constructs the storyline, going beyond the imagination of the people. And many people say it is the Wild West that keeps on piling up one imagination after another imagination. Okay, it's the Wild West, because the Western imagination is always dystopian. Is always about the future. Their narration is set in future. Okay, the Western narration. I think the Western journalism, to some extent, oscillates in between the reality and the crude and wild imagination. But the Indian journalism, or the Eastern journalism, especially Indian journalism, oscillates in between the man-made calamities like caste and race and other things. Okay, so there is nothing like social media in India. Okay, there is only an agency in India, and the responsibility of the agency is only to colonize the minds of the people. If you are not cautious and conscious, and then you automatically become a colonized person. Your mind becomes a colonized, space for any information to be inserted in. So, to prevent or to resist yourself from being colonized by the political media agencies, or by making them to realize their objectives of winning you to their side, I think you should have as much information as possible, and then consider information in today's world is nothing but knowledge. And knowledge obviously leads to leadership and empowerment. Whoever is knowledgeable, they obviously, stand for stand for the representation of more empowerment as the perpetual examples for empowerment. So your empowerment lies in seeking as much information as possible and then making it as a representative form of knowledge. Okay. So I congratulate, I know that I have created a big confusing picture. I'm always, an expert in that, in creating a confusion. And I derive immense pleasure in creating a confusion, especially subjective confusion. Because it is the complicated, the complex, incomprehensible, inexplicable concepts that need to be discussed lucidly in all its simplest sense. Just don't confine yourself to the definitions. What is ChatGPT? What are all the devices, the media devices? Just go beyond to the aspects of culture, to the aspects of psychology, to the aspects of sociology, and to the aspects of culture. So that is where I'm expecting the greater role from the students of this department, greater intellectual role, rather than minimized roles of confining themselves to the local reporting. Okay, of course, center. And if you think that you are in the corner of the world, you are in the corner of the world. Okay. If you think that you are the epicenter of this earth, you are the epicenter of this earth. It all depends on your perception, because information is everywhere. Even if you join in Stanford University or Acharya Nagaraj University, you read the same texts, you read the same books, you have downloaded the same information. Okay. It's not that you are from Stanford, you make a difference. Or it's not that you are from Acharya Nagaraj University, so you have to cut out a sorry figure. It's not that. It all depends on your individual persuasion. We are living in the decentered world. And this decentered world assures that every place, every inch of this earth is the center. There is no corner. Okay. This is nothing. Personality lies not in your personal arrogance, not in your social hierarchy, but your personality lies in the dissolution of your personality and in the opinions and reflections of what the people think about you. Through your excellence, set in professionalism or set in whichever profession that you try to choose. So I know that most of you are sleeping, but I still wanted to take my revenge, and then I am a psycho to some extent. Okay. So it's a psychic revenge. నేను ఇక్కడ కూర్చున్నానంతా నిద్రపోవడానికి కూర్చున్నానని తెలుసు నాకు, కానీ నేను అంతకుముందే చెప్పాను, ఫస్ట్ 4-5 rows they are related to the seminars, related to the department. The rest of the rows they belong to another world, the world of media. Okay. Sharing messages and then scratching and then talking and then screaming and then yelling, all these things, that's a different world. So I just want to bring you to the knowledge. Don't confine only to your discipline, but let you make yourself a successful person in crossing the boundaries of the discipline, as many boundaries of the discipline as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir always creates a lot of confusion. Where from the exact research starts and where we are supposed to start, explore the areas, because that is the kind of inroads into the subjects, whatever he selects. He works a lot to delve deep into the subjects. So the manufacturing of consent, Noam Chomsky's concepts, manifestations, paradoxes, paradigm shifts, all are being redefined in these times of digital media, ChatGPT and others. So we all need to be very conscious, as Sir has rightly said, conscious and very concise and very competent enough to develop authority on whatever information that we try to, because we have to share the information, disseminate the information on which the society can lie upon, and we should not be deceiving the society with the kind of information which is half baked and half cooked. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much for giving us the deep insights into this area of digital media. And because Digital India is the one which the entire society is looking forward and has been trying to accept and practice. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to felicitate the distinguished guests. Now I also request sir to felicitate.
Now I request our Vice Chancellor sir to felicitate Urmila Sudhakar Reddy Garu, Editor Investigation.
Kicks off lot of debate.
Thank you sir. Now I request our Vice Chancellor sir to felicitate our AC member V. Venkateswar Reddy. I request our Vice Chancellors to felicitate our Principal Madam, felicitate the Director of the workshop, Dr. G.anitha Madam, Head Department of Journalism and Mass Communication.